Performance improvement timeline, July 2019. So we have update 24, 25, 26. Scalebreaker is update 23. So update 24 is like towards the end of the year, and update 26 will be the next chapter basically. Now what are they going to do? Now the first thing you need to understand, this is not the cherry on top of the cake. Like, you're not gonna go from 10 FPS to 60. It's not gonna not lag in Cyrodiil. These are improvements, it's not gonna get fixed. I doubt they actually can fix the lag in Cyrodiil. Probably impossible. So what do we have here? Update 24. Memory management overhaul. Behind the scenes combat ability improvements. And looking for group system rewrite. Now performance improvements. Behind the scenes combat ability improvements. It looks like that they want to minimize the stress on the server by looking at certain abilities. Things that are like abilities that really have an issue, because we know in the past there was like things that Nightblade passives that were only like active in a 20-meter radius would actually check over 2,000 meters whether people have it or not. And that stuff obviously causes performance dips. So they're probably still looking at stuff like that. Otherwise, I'm not sure what this means. But yeah. Memory management is nice because there's a lot of memory. There's still memory leaks and just memory in general. Like, I really hope this can actually help a lot. Especially if they overhaul it, actually. And the looking for group system. This is probably the biggest thing, especially for active players, because when there is two, like, especially during Elsweyr launch or the update before, when you were queuing, it wouldn't work anymore. It's like it just broke, and it didn't tell you why, but it's basically because too many people queued up. It, like, the system just would break down, and that was the issue. Like, there was too many people queuing, and the code they wrote, it just couldn't handle it anymore. And now them rewriting this, I hope they can finally fix it. And they actually, I think in the at the Quakecon event, they actually said they rewrote it from ground up or something like that, or like they're completely rehauling it, so it's very nice. I'm really looking forward to this. So that's for after Scalebreaker. Then 2020 patching overhaul, probably just like how they like update servers, because especially also on the EU server, sometimes patching for some reason just takes longer. I'm not sure why, but I really hope they can actually speed up things. Maybe also make it better connected to consoles, because console is always late. And when you have like, if they fuck something up, console has to wait for the next incremental to get the fix, which is really annoying. Faster loading art fixtures and characters. When you port to a busy area, you get these like dark silhouettes of players, so this should probably help like remove this, so it, like the textures are just loading faster. That's nice. And then more combat ability improvements. Frame rate improvements 1, so you will get 1 more FPS basically. I'm kidding. I don't know how much, but it looks like they want to increase the FPS. Again, you will not go from 20 to 60 FPS. It might be 5, 10 extra FPS. So it's not gonna be, again, it's not gonna be super like cherry on top. Server optimization and stability. A lot of issues with that. The servers in general are just very wonky, and one of the biggest issues in my opinion, especially in PvP, are just the desyncs. Server desyncs, a lot of light and heavy attacks not hitting because your client sees the player as like in this position, but in reality you're already here. So you miss the heavy and light attack, and it's very annoying to deal with. Because it can mean life and death. And the same issue appears in like trials sometimes. Like you're out of the AoE, it still kills you because it's just like weird. I really hope they can fix that stuff, or at least again improve it. Update 26, account database cold storage. So what this means is There is like, they said they had like 13 million accounts in the game, or like games sold. And people that stopped playing 4 years ago, the server still has to kind of remember them, right? Even though they will never come back. So it puts strain on the server for nothing, basically. And actually, like, this here should basically target stuff like that, unused assets that like the server still renders or like has to remember. They're gonna remove that, maybe put it into hibernation or whatever the fuck you wanna call it, like into a storage, so the server doesn't have to care about it anymore. Now obviously if you're a player that comes back after 4 years, it might take longer to reactivate the account, but I guess it's a fair deal because in the end the game doesn't have 13 million active players, right? So it's a good thing. And there's probably also a lot of other loose things, especially in trials. FPS gets really dry after a while, and there's just so much useless stuff outside of walls. I'm not sure why it's there. I also hope they can get rid of that. For example, in Cloud Rest, when you walk over the bridge, there's a whole village, a whole town below that always has to be rendered. I'm not sure why stuff like that is there. The FPS already sucks, and it's sucking even more because of stuff like that. But yeah, that's probably, I don't know. Mostly about accounts and maybe just old assets that are not used anymore. More frame rate improvements and bug fixes and updates. I also do hope that they will tackle on because the game at this point is like 85 gigabytes. They need to reduce the file size. It's like 85 gigabytes is crazy, especially if you're on console. You don't have so much free space. And the same issue with PTS. If you have to download public test servers separately, you sit at 150 gigabytes for one game. And most people just can't be bothered. On top of that, they're losing a lot of people during like free-to-play events. Because, oh, you want to test out the game? Here, download 85 gigabytes, have fun, see you in 2 weeks, and then by then the event is over. Not everybody has unlimited like download and fast download, so for some people it's literally impossible to get there. So I really hope they can also, I'm not sure if that's in here, probably not, but I really hope they can figure this out at some point. I'm not sure if the game engine actually allows it to cut it in pieces and stuff like that, but it would be amazing and work wonders. But yeah, that's more or less it. Again, it's not the cherry on top, like the lag will always stay, the FPS might improve, but it's still gonna... If you have 15 FPS now, you're not gonna have much more after this, most likely. But we will see. Like always, I'm very pessimistic is the word, probably. Because I've been playing this game for 5 years. And it improved a lot in certain aspects. But like FPS and latency issues is not one of them. But I'm glad that they are actually looking at it and trying to improve it, so that's something. We will still get content, don't worry, like the DLCs and the chapters will still roll around, that's not the point. That's like done on the side. So yeah, I really want to see, and I actually do hope that it will have a big impact, right? Especially looking for group system, I think that's one very good point, because most people use it, and if it doesn't work, well, you just go play something else. But anyway, I talked long enough. Let me know in the comment section below what you actually think about this. Like, do you like it? Is it useful? Or like what do you think about it? Please make sure, do not forget to subscribe. I will upload a lot of videos about ESO. This game is gonna last for quite a while still, so I'm gonna be here. If you have any questions, also ask me in the comment section below, or just join our community Discord, or ask me on twitch.tv/alcasthq. Anyway, bye.